see right now, this says Vital Health. So I'm talking to you about a company called Vital Health, but I'm really talking to you about a mission and a movement. And it's so much deeper than just a company. And the reason that I say that is because right now, one out of every three child is dealing with a chronic condition. Over 50% of America has unhealthy blood sugar levels. And the statistics of what sickness is looking like in our own communities, you guys, if you look at a chart, it goes straight up to how you would want to see your investment account. Okay, not how we want to see the health of the people that we love the absolute most. And so there's a pandemic when it comes to our health right now. And 13 years ago, the formulator and founder of our products, who Alex Reynoso, our other founder, is going to speak on tonight, he took the hardest moment in his entire life. He lost both of his parents by the age of 16 and to preventable chronic conditions, and decided to devote his life 13 years ago to helping reconnect people back to a natural approach to their health. And it has completely changed the lives of the people that he has touched. And so he, 3 years ago, partnered with Alex Reynoso and started this movement, started this mission. And so I have to make sure that I talk about that story because, but stop share. Hold on one moment. I have to make sure that I talk about that story because there's, depending on the reasons of why companies get started, there's an energy that flows through those companies. And so there's an energy that flows through this company that anybody that interacts with our company or looks at our or uses our product line, they feel love. And it's absolutely amazing. So our priority here is your health, your wealth, and making an impact. And so I talked to you a little bit about the rise of chronic illness, but why is that happening? Well, it's happening because of multiple reasons. So if we look at the nutrient depletion that's happening right now, our soil is deficient in its minerals and its nutrients because they're tilling it as fast as they can so they can get food out into the supermarkets as fast as possible. So they're not focused on the quality of life of the soil, which means the quality of life that grows out of it, like the fruits and the vegetables and even the animals that graze. It dramatically affects the nutrition in our food. So right now you would have to eat 32 cups of spinach to equate to 1 cup of spinach in the 1930s, 8 oranges now to equate to 1 orange in the 1980s. So our bodies don't get the nutrients they need. We have the most toxic environment we've ever had between our air, our water, our food. We could be here for an hour talking about food alone, about the GMOs, the hormones, the antibiotics, the highly processed foods that they're actually calling food, which I don't think they should be allowed to call it food. If it's food, it's food. If it's poison, it's poison. And so we're being poisoned like no other country on this planet. They allow 10,000 chemicals in our food, where other countries allow anywhere from like 300 maybe up to 800, and we allow 10,000. And then we have a really an issue when it comes to solutions for health, because right now when you go to see a practitioner, depending on the practitioner, a lot of them, I'm not going to speak for all of them, but a lot of practitioners, when you go there, they don't ask you about your lifestyle. They ask you, hey, what are you experiencing? Oh, based off of your symptoms, I know the prescription that I'm going to hand to you, instead of asking, how much sun are you getting? What's your emotional stress look like? What's your nervous system look like? What kind of foods are you eating? What's your sleep hygiene? How hydrated are you? Those are the things that actually determine how the body's going to function. And so a pairing of these things happening, that is why we're running into the statistics that we are with sickness and chronic conditions in this planet at this moment. Now, here at Vital Health, we saw the issue that was happening, and Dr. Tony Rodriguez, again, he felt this mission as a really young boy, and then 13 years ago is when he was able to really pull it all together, go and get his training and his education, open up clinics, and change people's lives. And so he formulated products with nanotechnology, meaning that we're able to break the molecules down for maximum absorption when they enter your system. We also use pairings of herbs and adaptogens. So there's thousands of herbs, but there's a smaller group of adaptogens, meaning that every single herb that enters the human system has a specific functionality. And this is cool because if you think about it, if I ask you, if you take chamomile, does chamomile enter your system and give you energy, or does it give you a nice calming effect, right? And most people know, they're like, oh yeah, it calms you down. You don't take that for energy. Every herb on this planet, every adaptogen on this planet has its specific functionality when it enters the system. How cool is that? Tell me that there's an intelligence that runs through this whole universal experience that we're having that programmed every herb to have a specific functionality. So adaptogens are cool because they're like genius herbs. They adapt to the needs of your body. And then we have affordable prices because our founders believed that it should not be a luxury to be healthy. And we already know what it looks like to go and buy food that's not poison, organic food, non-processed foods. It's more expensive. And so our founders believed that every family, the whole family, should be able to have quality nutrition in their homes. Now, when it comes to our products, we've done all the testing. We're pesticide free, free of metals, third party tested 3 times. We actually have our GMP stamp, and this is a party that tests for everything for us: contaminants, metals, mold, pesticides, all of it. So we have that stamp, which is amazing. Then we're also, our labs are inspected and registered by the FDA. We are lab tested and we are non GMO. And then we have our Salud and Cofe Pre, which is like the FDA for Mexico. Now we have a diverse team that works on the formulations and really just the projection of where the company needs to go to best support the humans on this planet. So we have our formulator, Dr. Tony Rodriguez, and then we have the group of our expert advisory board. We actually work with hundreds of doctors, but this is a smaller group that we go to specifically as we're navigating new changes within the product line. And before we head into the products, which I cannot wait to show you, I just need to let you know that we do not diagnose, treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate any illness. And please check with your practitioner or healthcare provider that you trust before starting a new health regimen. So when it comes to our product line, which I'm going to go through them with you, but there's a system. So we detox, we restore, we nourish, and we awaken. So we eliminate the toxins, we balance the body, we provide the nutrients, and we bring energy to your life. And we're going to start with our detoxification system, which this is honestly my favorite. This is my favorite system. And this is because this is going to support the liver and the kidneys. And there's a joke that I make that if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's what it's like for the liver and the kidneys, right? Everyone's heard that before. That's if those organs are not happy, the rest of the body cannot be happy. It's not possible because everything communicates with the liver and the kidneys. So most people don't know this, but your endocrine system, your reproductive system, so your hormones, your gut health, your energy, your skin clarity, your sleep quality, your mood, everything, your metabolism, right? If we're those stubborn pounds that we can't get off, it's like, I bet you that your liver is just angry. You know, we've been told calories in, calories out, but the reality is if you have an angry liver, you can't outwork a slow metabolism. Okay, so we have to make sure that these organs are happy first, and that's why they are in our detoxification line. Anybody that comes to me with any health condition ever, I never exclude this out of their recommendation that I'm giving to them. Okay, then we've got our glutation plus, and this is our deep cleanser, right? So you usually do like a cleansing of the house, you know, a little vacuum, little wipe down the surfaces, right? Like the normal cleansing, and then there's the deep cleansing, the scrubbing of the floors and the shampooing of the carpets. That's what your glutation plus does. So you want to pull this baby in if you are around a lot of contaminants, if you've been eating a highly processed diet for a long time, if you fly on planes a lot because you're getting hit with a lot of radiation, if you've been exposed to mold, if you've been in surgery and you've had anesthesia, you need to detox from those toxins in your system. So that's what glutation plus is going to do. So this is great to do kind of like quarterly, and then also one good baseline to start with a deep cleanse. Then we've got our tea detox. This makes a gallon of tea, and this is going to do a nice gentle cleansing. The detoxification system is going to cleanse out the colon. This is really important because I just want to let everybody know it is not, we don't want to normalize not using the restroom every day. Your bowel movements are so important. So if you are not having a regular bowel movement every day, please talk to us. We will help you. We need to get those toxins out of your system if you want to extend the quality of your life. Now we have our Restore line. So we've got V Control. Now this was a product that was formulated to help with emotions around eating. So if you feel like maybe you emotionally eat, or if you feel like you're hungry all the time, like you have cravings all the time, if you feel like your nervous system is a little imbalanced, if you feel a little overwhelmed and you kind of tend to pull food into the mix when you get to that state, that's what this is was designed to do, was to support you in that process. So it supports the nervous system, supports the adrenal, supports hormones, but at the same time it's giving you that like natural GLP-1 experience where it improves the satiety so you don't feel like you're hungry all the time. Then we've got Fortiflora. This is a binder. So this is going to bind toxins and pull them out of the system. It's got magnesium, so it's great for bowels. It's got calcium, so it's good for the bones. And then with the charcoal, the activated charcoal that's in it, that's what does the binding and pulls the toxins out, which is also really great if you're intolerant to foods. A lot of who's my dairy lovers out there that that are intolerant, this is great because that discomfort that you get, this can also support with the discomfort or food poisoning. Then we've got Idolay. I call this our Zen master. Okay, this is incredible for the nervous system. And when you support the nervous system, you also get a more restorative sleep. This is also great for anybody that is dealing with anything neurodevelopmental. Absolutely amazing testimonials for anything neurodevelopmental. People who had struggled with speaking, verbal speaking, then they became verbal. And so I can't make claims, but all I'm saying is that the testimonials that we have had from these products, it's hard. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard for me to come on here and tell you the full benefits of everything because I can't make claims. So it's like, if I could just tell you the stories, you guys. But Idolay is one that is incredible for our children. Anything neurodevelopmental, if you're picking up my clues that I'm putting down, okay. And then if you just have a high stress, overwhelming job, this is really great, or career or a lifestyle. This is just great for the nervous system. Then we've got Idle Boost. This is like a natural antibiotic. This is great for your respiratory system. Great if you want to have a nice strong boost to the immune system, right? If you're around a lot of people a lot, it's that season. Great for the immune system. Glutation, so this is like the everyday cleaning, and the glutation plus is the deep cleaning. So this is going to give you that daily cellular support, antioxidant power, also supports with pulling heavy metals out of the system as well. Glutation plus will do the same thing, but this is going to be your everyday antioxidant support, which is important because antioxidants fight oxidative stress and reduces free radicals. And free radicals have been, studies show that they too many in the system can lead to, let's just say, chronic conditions that you do not want. Okay, so antioxidants are your friends. Okay, and we've woven them throughout our product line. Then we've got Askelax. This is a circulation product. So not only is this good for your circulatory health, which is the #1 killer here in the United States, but also great for your lymphatic system. You guys, we are the least mobile we've ever been ever in the human history, right? Because we work from home. It's easy to sit more than it ever was before. We don't have to go forage for berries. So our lymphatic system cannot move on its own. So it requires movement, and this will actually help to move stagnant lymph. It's great for hemorrhoids. It's great for varicose veins. That is a claim that I can make. That's as a visual, but I've seen pictures of varicose veins that after using this for 30 days were severely diminished. Beautiful, beautiful photos. And then we've got Idodol. So we got Idodol and Curcumax, and we got S Balance right in the middle. Idodol and Curcumax are very similar in the ability for them to reduce discomfort in the body. Do you ever just walk around and you're like, oh my gosh, it hurts, my back, my shoulders, my hips, my knees. There's discomfort in multiple areas of the body. If you've had an injury, or if you just hurt, because that, our parents told us this would happen, right? Like, oh, when you get older, things hurt. And we're like, okay, sure. Okay, it just happened. So these are great for discomfort. The difference of the two is that Idodol is going to be really supportive for your blood. So we've got people who will take this who have issues with iron levels, who have their blood viscosity is not the proper viscosity. I've got a guy whose blood viscosity was too thick, and you guys, after being poisoned in Agent Orange in the military years ago from drinking the water, where he's now been able to normalize his blood viscosity. Absolutely incredible. Then we've got Curcumax. This is really supportive for the gut as well. So great for the discomfort, but also supportive for the gut and a boost to the immune system. And then we've got S Balance. This is one of our specialties because amount of humans, over 50% of America right now is dealing with unhealthy, unstable blood sugar levels. And so, with a few herbs that this beautiful planet has naturally gifted us, blended into this 30-day supply, you guys, life-changing testimonials of people being able to stabilize and normalize unhealthy blood sugar levels. I highly recommend that you, if you know anybody that is dealing with that get back to the person that invited you and have a conversation about these, that they're life changing. And when you support your body's blood sugar levels, you support your metabolism, you support your mood, you support your hormones, right? Everything is connected to that as well. So it's very important. Then we've got our Nourish line. So we've got a beautiful protein combo with a superfood, which is important because what did we learn from the beginning of this? We are severely undernourished. So we have to find ways to get in more nourishment. And we're also not getting enough protein. So this is a combo: protein, superfoods, fruits, vegetables, omegas, functional mushrooms, all blended into one. Tastes absolutely incredible. You guys, I'm a certified personal trainer and nutritionist, and the ability to have something like this available for people to put into their body, and it's an all-in-one. This is how I start my day. I start my day with this, and I blend it right with our collagen. This is the most impressive collagen I've ever seen. It's supportive for beauty, it's supportive for your skin, hair, nails, joints, gut. It does everything. It's a supercharged collagen. If you are a collagen connoisseur, you have to look at the ingredients. Like, you'll look at it and you'll be like, yep, that's the most impressive collagen I've ever seen on the market. And the testimonials that come from this, I have an amazing woman who lost all of her hair due to treatments from you know what. And so she went back 30 days later after using this, and they were like, we've never seen hair growth like this. Like, this is absolutely incredible. So amazing for beauty. And then we've also got our omegas. So these aren't just plain omegas. Omegas are, just so you know, they're in the nourish line because they literally nourish every part of your body. They nourish the brain. They nourish your blood. They nourish your heart. They nourish your endocrine system. They nourish your respiratory system. They nourish everything in the body. Now, what's important about omegas is if we don't want to have memory issues, we need omegas. Okay, so that's important. That's a connection that you need to know that matters. Okay, you need to be on omegas. Your children 1,000% need to be on omegas if you want their brains to develop properly. And your dogs need them. I'm a big advocate, you guys. I'm a dog mom, so your dogs need omegas too. Then we've got V Daily. Now, this is the most impressive product. It's so hard for me to actually, I say that about all of them. I say that about music too. My kids are like, I'm always like, this is my favorite song. My kids are like, you always say that. I'm like, I know. So this is, you guys, this is cool because this is a multi-product in one. So how many times have you purchased a probiotic, prebiotic, a mineral blend, an amino acid blend, a whole foods blend, like a green powder, and a multivitamin? How many times have you bought those separately? Now it's all in one, and it is called our V Daily, and it tastes incredible. You guys, you will not be able to drink one of these a day. Like, we drink about 3, sometimes 4 a day, and it's because they taste absolutely incredible, and they're giving you so much nourishment at once. So you're getting hydration, you're getting gut support, you're getting a blend of non-synthetic vitamins, which if you're just going and buying random B vitamins, D vitamins, random things off the shelf, and they're not the right quality and they're coming from synthetic sources, it's very possible that your body is not even absorbing them. So it's a waste of money. So this is a blend of non-synthetic. They're all coming from food sources. And then we have our Awaken line. How many people here drink coffee? How many people here, drop a 1 in the chat if you have a daily coffee routine? Okay, just so everyone knows, fun fact, coffee is the second most consumed liquid on the planet. Water is number 1, second most consumed liquid on the planet. So from a perspective of somebody who loves coffee, drinks it anyways, why would we ever drink a cup of coffee that was just coffee? It doesn't even make sense compared to being able to drink a coffee that has a purpose, like our Thermo Cafe. This is going to put your body into a thermogenic effect, and it's going to fire up your metabolism. So if you're on a weight management journey, that's the one. Then we've got our Neuro Cafe. This has got Ganoderma. So this is a blend of a functional mushroom that the whole body loves. Your pancreas loves it. Your immune system loves it. Your circulatory system loves it. Your brain just soaks it in, improves your concentration, boosts your memory, and improves your focus while it's supporting the gut because we put probiotics as well. So there's a nice, beautiful conversation happening between the brain and gut axis, which makes you feel like you're superhuman, to be honest with you. That's the best word I can use to describe it. And then we've got our Love Cafe. This is supportive for the mood, libido, and also hormones. And when I say hormones, I'm not just talking about ladies, gentlemen. Hormones, when it comes to testosterone in a male, one of the fun things that happens as we age, our hormones start to dip, right? But there's two beautiful herbs on this planet that support hormonal balance that are actually adaptogens. So they enter the body, find out where your imbalance might be, testosterone, and then ladies, we have a whole cocktail of hormones that are happening, but it finds out where you're imbalanced and then will stabilize you. And any man that had a heart-related illness or like a heart attack over the age of 40, they had low testosterone. So testosterone is important. Then we've got our V energy. Now this is incredible because this has got aminos, but it's also got vitamins, and then it's also got antioxidants. So this is high in antioxidant power. And what do we learn about antioxidants? They are our friends. And how many energy drinks on the market do you know that are actually healthy? Like we drink them. Okay, I used to drink them, you guys, but we drink them for the energy, but we're not actually taking in nourishment. We're just jacking up our nervous system, and then there's probably some chemicals and some sugars that would like things that we shouldn't have in there. This is going to provide you with the nourishment, provide you with the energy, give you a bunch of antioxidants, and it's clean and it tastes incredible. And then we have our nitro. This is the only product that is going to awaken you within that doesn't have caffeine. And it's going to do that through oxygenating your cells. So nitric oxide is a chemical that your body produces. It starts to dip with age as well, but it oxygenates the cells. And so your body cannot live for 5 seconds without nitric oxide. You have to have it. And what's beautiful about it is that you can put things into your body that helps your body to produce it. And so nitric oxide oxygenates the cell. And the analogy that I like to give people is think about a casino. When you go into a casino, they pump oxygen into the casino, right? To stimulate you, to awaken you, to boost your mood, to give you energy, give you vitality so you can spend money on those tables. That's what nitro does because it oxygenates the cells. Okay. No, it doesn't make you want to go to the casino and spend money. I just realized I was like, oh, that's funny. And it also boosts your nutrient absorption. So again, we're just severely deficient in nutrition. This is going to allow your body to absorb more nutrients. We have a quantum bioelectric analyzer. Now, this is amazing. If you know anybody with this tool, you have to get scanned as soon as possible. It takes 2 minutes, no copay, no waiting, literally a 2-minute scan, 45 functions of the body that it's going to give you a report on, talking about blood viscosity, the liver, the fat that's on your liver, the pressure, the left side of your, the left and right side of your heart is giving off, the amino acids in your body, how many metals are in your system, what metals are in your system. It gives you a full report that you can analyze and also receive recommendations from our product line, which is incredible. So you don't have to guess. You literally can do a scan, come back 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months later, and watch your scan improve in real time. It's amazing to see your health. And, I'm just a big believer that knowledge is power when you decide to be an advocate for your own well-being. And that's what we stand here for here at Vital Health. We want to empower you, we want to educate you, and we want to give you the tools that you need and the information that you need so that you can go out and you can be a change that you wish to see in the world. Because all my parents out there, our children don't do what we say, they do what we do. That's just the reality. And if we want to change the trajectory of where this planet is headed and the health of the people that we love, then we have to be the change that we wish to see in the world. And it starts with truth and it starts with solutions. And the beautiful thing is that this planet gifted us all of the answers that we need. It's all here, right here. And all we have to know is how to reconnect with it. And that is what Vital Health stands for. So I'm excited to beep. I'm excited to introduce to you our founder, Alex Reynoso. I've never met a founder and a businessman like Alex Reynoso. I am it brings me to tears looking at the journey that we've had here and being able to work with these amazing humans, because they're not just founders. They are men who stand in their lives with their partners and their children. Like, I've met Alex's children. I'm close with his wife. I watch this man work day in and day out, truly just because he is so passionate about others and helping other people. I've just never been more committed to working with a group of humans. And Alex, I'm just grateful for what you do for the mission and the movement that we have here at Vital Health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brooke. I want to ask you, Brooke, here in front of everyone, you're not just saying those nice things because you want an extra bonus or some loyalty dollars in your account, right?
No, definitely not. I'm so grateful. It brings me to tears. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Brooke. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that awesome presentation as well. You are amazing, and we all love your enthusiasm and your heart and your passion and everything you do for us in the company. We appreciate you. And thank you for the chocolates as well. So I'm not really how's everybody else doing? Glad to be here with you and be able to share this opportunity. If you're here for the first time, I'm going to be explaining a little bit on how we get paid by promoting this opportunity. And I'm just not really aware of this presentation, Ms. Brooke. I know it's changed a bit. So can you show me the next slide? And that way I can. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can go back. We can go back, and then we go into this. Perfect. So I want to tell you guys how we got to this point. I was introduced to network marketing 20 years ago, and when I saw it the first time, I was 17 years old. I had just started studying pre-med in college, and I wanted to be a doctor. My dad is a retired doctor now, but they showed network marketing to me. I remember I went to a living room and there was a whiteboard, and they started drawing on this whiteboard. And some of you might be too young and you never went through this, but in my case, I saw the whiteboard and they drew the circles, and they got the first circle, and then they each get a circle. You get 3 circles, and then they invite 3, and they invite 3, and maybe some of you, maybe 1 or 2 people out of everybody that is in this zone, maybe you've seen that. I saw it and I fell in love with the concept. I didn't understand much because I didn't speak any English, but I understood the numbers and I understood the concept. And here we are 20 years later. I'm just very thankful that I got the opportunity to be a part of network marketing. And make a very long story short, a lot of things happened. And then so I with that experience and with what I went through in network marketing and the ups and downs that maybe some of you have been through, it was never our intention to even launch a company. However, when you see something that is really different from what's out there, and being 20 years in this industry, one thing I do like to do is I like to study what's out there. I like to study my competition. Even when I was growing in my network marketing business back then, anytime there was a new company that came out and there was a Zoom call, or back then webinars, or even before that, all the conference calls that you had to call in and listen to an opportunity, I did that because that's the way I unstress myself. But I wanted to learn what was out there, and I usually hear some of the same things. Somebody has a revolutionary product, but it's always overpriced. It's always a hyped up product that they tell you a big story about it, something like we're the only people on the planet that has this ingredient, or we're the only company in the planet that has this and that, just to be able to justify the pricing that they put in their products. And that's all there was out there. But when I met Dr. Tony, and this gentleman, he had a naturopathic practice, and he had these products. And I remember back then when I went there, I don't have any on hand, but you've seen those capsule bottles out there where you usually, if you go to Walmart, you see these bottles with the capsules inside and just a sticker around it. Well, that's the way he had them, but the stickers were not even aligned. It was like all crooked. But one thing that I got really interested with what he had is he told me he had a lot of case studies. He told me he had hundreds of case studies of people that have gotten better in their health with these products. And I started looking at the case studies. I even called some of them because Hermosillo, here where the corporate office is at, there's people kind of know each other. It's like one of those rural towns, kind of a little bigger than that, but you kind of all know each other. Well, I called some of the case studies. I wanted to find out if it was actually true or not. And every time I call somebody, they said, no, I go there usually, whenever I feel bad, I feel ill, I go there. And but did you by any chance took this product? He said, yeah, because I told him it looks kind of weird. He says, no, I've been taking it for a long time. I've got better with this and that. So that's how we got started. I knew that what he had on his hands was something different. And it's not the typical, I only have this ingredient in the world thing. No, what we had in our mind, in our hands was products that actually worked, and the ability to manufacture the products ourselves in order to go out there in the marketplace and offer the best quality product that you can find, but at an affordable price. And that's what happened. We launched on 2022, on February 22nd of 2022. For those of you that like numbers, we launched, I think it was 02 of 22 of 2022. Okay. That's when we launched. That was the first day of business. And from there, we started 15 of us. We're doing a little bit of everything. Maybe at 9 o'clock, I was in the finance department. At 10 o'clock, I was a marketing guy. And at 11, I was upstairs manufacturing some products. And we just did a little bit of everything back then. But now, that year we sold $2 million. Then the next year we sold 4 million, and 2024 we sold about 44 million dollars. So that's how the growth has been. We have over 450 employees now. We are a transnational company. We have employees in the United States, we have employees in Mexico, and as we continue to expand into Canada and some Latin America countries, I'm sure we're going to be hiring other people and continue to grow this company international. Ms. Brooke, can you help me go to the next one, please? I'm going to go a little faster. There you go. Thank you. So I was telling you a little bit, Mr. Schuyler, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being, I hadn't seen all the comments here in the chat, but thank you for all the love and everybody that's participating here in the chat. So this is a little bit of our growth and the momentum that we started to create with Vital Health. And I can tell you that if you ever have been to a company and they talk about the stages in a company, and you've got formulation, concentration, momentum, and then you have stability phase, and those things are true. That what happens with those though is that, as on average, all the businesses out there, 9 out of 10 businesses fail in a 10-year run. So my first thought is, if we were going to launch this company, I wanted to eliminate all the things that could make a company go bankrupt or make it go out of business. Why? Because most of the times they start a company, they don't have an idea on how much money you need to launch a company, all the work that has to be done in the background, and everything that it takes to just be able to have the infrastructure to create a company. So how did we eliminate all these things that could go wrong? The first part is, we've always believed in a concept that is not very common nowadays, which is we pay for everything in cash. So we don't have any debt. We don't have any venture capitalists behind our company. We have no investors. Everything since day one has been paid for in cash. All the facilities, all the corporate offices. Now we can brag. We have a nicer offices than in the past. If you would have come here 3 years ago, I don't think you would have liked our offices. But I think out there, any company can lease an office and brag, but I think you can brag more nowadays when you can actually say that you paid for everything with cash. So we eliminate the first problem, which is being in debt and having all this credits that you have to pay for. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we own our manufacturing, so we are able to import ingredients, top quality ingredients from all over the world, which we do. And in comparison to other companies who don't even know what ingredients goes in their product because they buy from somebody else, hardly anybody in the industry manufactures their own products. So they cannot even speak about their quality because they don't even know what they put in it because they cannot control it. So we control what we put in our products because we're able to source our ingredients, import them, test them out, manufacture their products, test them out again when they're ready and ready to be shipped. And that's how we do it. So second thing that is, and I think it's one of the most important things, is we're able to control vertically all the faucets of, you import the raw material, you manufacture, and you're able to distribute it. And we have no product shortages with our company as well, because owning the manufacturing and being ready and having enough raw material for 4 to 6 months of sales sitting in a warehouse allows us to not run out of product like most of the startup companies do, and is one of the biggest problems there is out there. So with that said, uh, anything could happen, but I think we're one of the most solid companies with the best foundation, because we have gotten ready. We have been eliminating all the things that could go wrong. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. Our business model is simple. Some people out there, they're always trying to figure out a way on how to make more money, or even some kids nowadays, or anybody thinking, I want to be a millionaire. How do I make $1 million? Well, they like to try to innovate or think of something crazy that can get them to do that. But actually earning extra income nowadays, it's more simpler than ever, because as you see, there's companies nowadays that, like Uber, they don't own any cars. However, they're the biggest, largest ride company in the world. Same thing with Airbnb. They don't own facilities. However, they're the biggest room rental companies in the world. Amazon doesn't manufacture their products. They outsource that. So what's the point about this? What can we learn about all these companies right here is you don't have to recreate the wheel. If you find a way to be in the middle of a transaction, then you can start earning extra income. And the more in the middle you get of transactions, the more money you can make. So think about it. Vital Health manufactures the products. You connect the customers and people to consume the products. You're in the middle and you earn a percentage of that. And the more customers you get for Vital Health, the more money you can get. You're just a middleman. All you do is you get in the way of a transaction. The next one, Ms. Brooke, please. I am going to talk about income, and I'm going to tell you a little bit. Go to the last one, Ms. Brooke, because I have to be careful with this. The last slide with the average income disclosure statement. Well, I can kind of give you guys one, which is all the amounts that I'll talk about. They're non-guaranteed. Your income depends on your work ethic and your dedication to this business. And nothing is, again, guaranteed. Okay, go to the next one, Mr. We're ready to go. Does that work out? Hopefully my lawyer is here on the Zoom call and he can advise if that's a good enough one. I don't think it was, but it's got something accomplished to that. So I want to tell you a little bit of a compensation plan here. I want to tell you how we reward our affiliates and even preferred customers when they're a part of Vital Health, and how you're able also to participate in this opportunity. And one thing I'll tell you is that we're different. I'm going to try to not go so much into detail because I did create the compensation plan, and it's happened like today. I had a Zoom call with a company that has skin on the name. But I have Zooms all the time, and I knew the compensation plan better from her company than she knew her compensation plan. So because I like to know what's out there, I like to study compensation plans. I like to study the behavior. I like to study their products. I like to study their pricing. And we've gotten even to a point to where we are so good at understanding what's out there and the products that are out there that we can recreate any product that exists, but at half the price of what our competition. The only one that has given me that we have worked a lot on recreating a very good product. She's here in this Zoom call. She knows who she is, and we almost have it ready. In fact, she has a sample in the way. But we're excited about that sample as well. She'll love that. So I'm gonna tell you guys I'm going to talk to you guys about how we get paid. Okay, so we're going to go through some of these slides very quickly. First, we start with loyalty bonuses. And if you just want to be a preferred customer and save money on the products and just buy the product every month, then we are going to reward you for that. You know, the more that you purchase within Vital Health, the more money you can accumulate in a cashback program. So let's say you've been buying for 4 months straight, at least a minimum of 50 points, then you can accumulate 10% of every purchase. Or between 5 to 8 months, you accumulate 20%, or 9 months or more, you can accumulate 30% or more in a cashback program. So that allows you to use those dollars, those loyalty bonuses, to bring down the cost of the product in one of your future purchases. So say you're going to buy a $25 product, $27, $28 product with Vital Health, or $30 product, let's say, you can bring down using those bonuses, and you're going to end up paying for that product, I believe about $7 only instead of $30. It's a great bonus. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. Then we have an influencer bonus, and this bonus, we created it. This bonus did not exist, but we created it. And the way it works is it's meant to incentivize people who love to sell products. There's been a shift in our network marketing model where more people are wanting to learn to sell products online. The main problem I see is that, you know, if you're buying a product that's expensive already, how are you going to retail it for a bigger price when you don't even want to spend whatever it costs? It doesn't, you know, it's not working. So and in fact, the government, the FTC, requires companies to be more on the side of getting retail customers and selling products, but it doesn't happen with all these other companies out there. I mean, it happens occasionally that you can sell your grandma a collagen product that is for a month supply for $200. Maybe she'll buy it one time, you know, but maybe, you know, and that will be the only time, because if she likes something like that, they can go to Amazon and maybe find it for a lower price. So what we have is, with our pricing, you're able to make great retail margins on everything you sell. So here's the influencer bonus. When you sell, and I'm going to talk about numbers, I'm going to make this somewhat simple. I'm going to try to make it simple. And if you were to sell 200 points worth of product in your website, what happens is there's a window that comes up and says, congratulations. Now you may sell an additional $400 worth of product, and you're only gonna pay $40 for the product, and you're gonna earn up to $360 for that. How does that work? So I'll show you an example. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke. If you're buying a product yourself, let's talk about physically retailing product, okay? Let's say you were to buy something and physically sell it, to make it easy for me to explain. If you were to buy S-Balance, which it helps you with, okay, I got to be careful with the wording. So it helps you, the ingredients help your body regulate, or it may promote sugar balance control in your body. Okay, so something like this, a product costs you only $25, and you sell it for up to $50, earning 100% profit. Okay, so once you sell 200 points of that, which is approximately looking at these numbers right here, it's about selling about maybe 10 bags. Okay, no, maybe a retail, yes, around 10 to 12 bags, okay, that you were to buy physically and sell it to somebody, then you activated the bonus. So from there, you can purchase or sell another $400, okay, but you're only gonna pay $40. So that product, you know, if retail value of that product is 50 and you can sell up to 400, you're gonna be able to buy 8 bags of S-Balance. Okay, so 8 bags of S-Balance. I don't want to lose you. 8 bags of S-Balance that you can sell for $400. You're only gonna pay $40. So if you divide $40 by 8, you know, from 8 bags, you're only gonna pay $5 a bag, and you're still gonna sell it at 50, earning a 900% profit. Okay, so we are the first company that is able to put the profit first in your affiliate's pocket than the company's pocket. Okay, we're the first company. We first put the money earnings on the affiliates that sell products before the affiliate, because even if you were to source out and manufacture and create your own brand and buy the products from a manufacturer, you will not be paying $5 for this product. It doesn't exist. It's just, there's just no way. But we do it, Vital Health, because we want to get those people that love to retail. We like to get them making money, and we're the first company to do that. And that's why we have one of the strongest retail bonuses in the market, because of the biggest margins that we can offer you at affordable prices still. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke. Then we have other bonuses that are more, maybe you've seen these before in a company, which is a first order bonus. When you introduce a preferred customer to your organization, you're going to earn up to 45% of the binary volume that comes with the welcome pack that they get. So you're going to earn 45, 67.50, all the way up to $270 for each person that purchases a welcome pack on their first order. Okay, then we have a presenter bonus. I looking at the list here of who's here, all the users who are here connected on the Zoom call, does anybody here on this Zoom call like to present? Have you ever presented a business, or have you ever presented anything in the past? And let me ask you this: have you gotten paid for selling, for presenting in the past? I know I haven't. I don't know if you have, but there's some of you here who are great presenters. Like me, I don't think I'm the best presenter, so I let the best presenter usually present, right? But if I present, then you can earn additional money just by doing presentations. Now, this bonus, you don't have to be it doesn't have to be in your organization. Imagine that. You can be doing a meeting in a restaurant. You can have 10 guests. Some of those guests could be from your organization. Some could be from other people's organization. But if you were to present, then the first order bonus gets split. Part of it goes to the presenter, which is you, and part of it goes to the sponsor, to whoever brought that guest. So imagine now you're able to capitalize on doing something that you were already going to do, but now the company handles that for you. Okay, so I'm sure you've done many presentations in the past, you just haven't gotten paid for it. Now you can. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. Then we have a binary bonus to this. And here's the thing about our compensation plan. We're not a binary compensation plan, okay? We have, for those of you that have experience, we are actually a unilevel compensation plan with a binary bonus inside, which is different. We're not a hybrid, as some companies are binary hybrids, and they tell you, oh no, it's binary and unilevel at the same time. Yes and no, because they're really a binary, and then the unilevel bonus is based on the binary. No, we are a unilevel comp plan with a binary inside. And I'll tell you what the difference is. First is the binary, how you get compensated with the binary bonus is on all welcome packs that join your organization. A binary is, as the name says it, it's binary. So bi meaning two, you have two legs. You have a left group and you have a right group. If you've been, again, I compare a lot because I know some of you have been maybe approached in other companies, but if you were to compare to something that you've seen in the past, some people, I've seen a lot of compensation plans. Some compensation plan requires you to have, we call them organizations, we call them legs. They need to ask you to have 3 legs, 4. I've seen some compensation plans that go and require up to 12 legs, like the skin one I was telling you about. Well, that one requires 12 legs for you to hit the highest ranks. Well, if I'm building and thinking as a builder, what's easier for me to build 10 legs or 10 or 8 or 4 or 3 or 2? I believe 2 would always be a lot easier to build than building so many other legs and creating competing organizations, right? So with our binary bonus, we can compensate. You only build on the left side on the right side. It's got great advantages as to, you can be the one that you start your organization. If you enroll 4, 5, 10 people in your organization, you put some on the left, some on the right, and you start to place people below the first ones that came in. And if you do that, that volume adds up, and everybody benefits on that organization from the volume that you placed below them. Okay, so that's a great advantage to the binary. Now, some people say, oh, I don't like binaries because I was in a binary and I had a lot of people in one side. I didn't make any money. Usually the people that say that is because they never even built that leg. It was placed below them in whatever company, and the person above did make income. But that person, we all agree here that you have to do work to get paid, right? So usually that's what happens. So, but if you understand the concept on you focus just on 2 teams, this compensation plan gets to be really aggressive. Now, as you start to rank up, you can make from 10% all the way to 20% on your lesser leg organization and the production of that. The volume that you don't use, let's say you have on one side 10,000 points that come in, you have on the other side 9,000 points. The points match with the other side. They subtract the let's say you have 9,000 in the lesser leg, so they subtract 9,000 from the 10,000, and you have 1,000 left on rollover for next week until you use it. If you don't use the points, they continue to add up until you're not active. Okay, as long as you're active, it accumulates in your organization. So to make it simple for the rest of you who maybe don't understand what I am talking about, all you have to worry about is you'll start to place people in your 2 organizations, and this bonus gets to be really aggressive at one point. So we have to cap it, and that's the bad news about this. And I apologize for those of you who may have a hard time with your budget of being in your house, of being only $25,000 a week. I do apologize, because that's the cap that we have. So maybe I can take you some finance lessons with Dave Ramsey if that's not enough in your house. But there's another advantage to where if you once you max out your binary, you actually get another position on top, and you can do binary on that as well. And you can start earning on another business center, and you can start earning another up to 100,000, and you can continue to repeat that process if you were to max out your organizations. Okay, so next one, Ms. Brooke, please. We have another bonus, which is we call it matching bonus, meaning you match whoever you brought into the business. The more you help them win, the more you win, because whatever amount of money the people that you bring into the business, whatever amount of money they make, you earn 50% out of what each individual of them make on the binary bonus. Okay, so say you invited, as in this example, 5 people, and they made cumulative of $5,000 in commissions that week, then you made an additional 2,500. Keep in mind, there's no cap on this one. So there's no $25,000 cap on the week. Next one, Ms. Brooke, please. We have, okay, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail. I think it might get confusing if you're here for the first time. I do want to say though, okay, yeah, the next one, please. Yes, this one. On the average income. Yes, we can keep it here. On the average income, we have what we call advancement bonuses. And how does that work? When you advance, you get a bonus. And as you continue to rank up, from bronze all the way to triple diamond, you get to collect this advancement bonuses, which is this is a new bonus. Actually, we implemented in November. Some people, they were, whenever I see people who have experience and they see my compensation plan, they get surprised, and a lot of people ask me, are you guys going to be like those other companies that once you grow, they change the comp plan on me, and they, first you entice them with a great comp plan and then you take it away? No, in fact, we added more money and more bonuses to the compensation plan. Most of you who are in this Zoom, you are pretty new. So when you came in, you already saw these bonuses, but they actually were launched on November of last year. And it's great. But to wrap up this introduction and this presentation, if you're brand new, this is what I want you to focus in. And I'll talk about a little bit of numbers here so I can make it more visually easier for you to understand the numbers here, because everything sums up with this right here, with the average income that we have. So as you see the ranks, the money that you see right there on the little on the, what do you call it, a bar, what you see there, let's say that on the gold, right? You see the gold going up, and then you see 1,500 USD. Well, that's the average money that you make as you requalify in this ranks right here. I'll tell you how you can rank up in this positions right here. So I'll tell you, for example, how do you get to bronze? You can get as easy as to you invite 3 people into your organization. Depending on what welcome pack they purchase when they join, you are actually making approximately, with an average of 3 people, around $200 a month. Okay, if you were to get to silver, with silver you can get with 5 to 6 people in your organization, depending on their welcome pack. It could be maybe 9, it could be even 3. Okay, you're making $300 a month. If you're getting to sapphire, approximately you need, and I'm going to talk about repurchases, not welcome packs anymore. So just people who are buying every month, but activating their influencer bonus, which I showed you earlier, you can get to sapphire with approximately, you're talking about around 12 to 15 affiliates in your organization. Okay, 10 to 15 affiliates in your organization, depending on how many influencer bonuses they do in a month, and you're making $500 to $700 a month. Gold is approximately, I would say gold, it's approximately, looking at the numbers, yeah, it's approximately about 30 people in your organization to hit gold, and a gold is already making $1,500 a month. Now keep in mind that we have some affiliates. Keep in mind that we have some affiliates. Okay, we have some affiliates who are in the leaderboard in your back office, and some of these guys, the number one, has sold over 3,000 points in 1 month. So the person who referred that person has made $300 just on one of their affiliates. And if it's on their 3rd level, then that person has made $600 from one affiliate. So, if you get a top star affiliates, if you get people who like to sell on social media and are really high at retailing, you can make really, really great money residually every month, just because of them sharing the products with everyone. So let's go to platinum. Platinum is around 40 active affiliates in your organization to 45. You're making about $2,500 a month. Then, and this is an average. You could make more, but again, this is average. Then you look at emerald. You have about 60 active to 70 active people in your organization, and you're making around $4,000 a month. Then you get to diamond, and diamond is it's approximately around 130 to 140 affiliates in your organization, but you're netting around $7,500 on average in your organization. From there on, you look at double diamond, you're looking at about approximate 280 to 300 affiliates in your organization, but you're making $15,000 to $20,000 per month as double diamond. And triple diamond, well, you just double the numbers from that, about 600 affiliates in your organization, and you're making $35,000 to $45,000 per month as a well, anywhere from 25 to about $40,000 as a triple diamond, depending on the volume that you have. And the last one, please, Ms. Brooke. So, and then you get to colored diamonds, and I can tell you guys the biggest month, our biggest affiliate, and again, with an income disclosure, which is not guaranteed, you may not win it. If you don't work, you're not going to win it. You have to, it depends on your work, your time, and all the other things that we know, that basically you have to work for it, right? So the most we paid an affiliate in a month, it's about $145,000 in 1 month. Actually, Marcos is really close to that. It wasn't Marcos, it's another person, but they're not they cannot we cannot do award recognition with that person as of right now. But Marcos, yeah, Marcos is a black diamond, and Marcos is approximately around 120, 130, approximately. I didn't see last month, right? But it's somewhere around there. Okay. So go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. We have incentive trips. We have we are actually, and this is a brand new it's news, right? Nobody knows about it, but we're actually working already on our first international trip where the top 10 businesses are gonna go to there. You have to be at least a diamond, and we're gonna be rolling out some of the qualifications, I believe, that next month. So be ready for that. Right now we have an incentive on the works, which is in Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta. I don't know who here has been to that beach here in Mexico. It's a fun hotel. It's a nice hotel. The food is great, and you're gonna have a great time. And all you do is you qualify for the rank of gold and requalify, and you start to earn this trip. Okay, so Shayna, Brandon, yes, and we're gonna have another party there. So I do want to see you more dancing this time. Next one, Miss Brooke, please. So you can either join us as a customer, and Ranim, you better not stay in your room and sleep. Okay, you got to come to the party. Customers or affiliates. Okay, next one, please. We have a success system, of course. This is led all the way from our VP of Sales, Mr. David Nieves, and then the leadership below that. We have education courses, daily calls, mentorship calls. Every day from Monday to Friday, we have these AM power calls, which are amazing. And you should hear some of these diamonds. They get you on fire first thing in the morning. Next one, Ms. Brooke, please. Oh, there you go. Oh, yep, those speakers are fire, all of them, every single one of them. Yep, yeah, we continue. There's fire like coming out of my screen when I see those pictures. So you acquire your membership. Your membership is $29.99. This allows you to join as a preferred customer and save money, or you can actually start referring other customers and affiliates to be part of your organization, and you can earn money, income on that. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke. So I want to tell you about our platinum pack. Okay, now how do you get started with us? You can get started, and there's 4 packages that where you're able to pick from, and you decide what level of a participation you wanna have here in this company. However, of course, I believe, this is my personal belief, that if I was to start a business, I need inventory to start my business. I need product to display. If you started a traditional business, a clothing store, well, you need to buy clothes. You need to buy shirts and boots and hats and whatever you're going to sell there. I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone lately, so that's why maybe that's why I talk about boots and hats. But so you need to have inventory, right? You need to have inventory to be able to show your business, because you just started a business. So I believe that the best way for you to start in Vital Health is you purchase a package that will allow you to have enough inventory so that you can tell your friends what you're up to. You can sell product to them, earn money back on that. So on this package, when you sell it, you're gonna earn, you're gonna sell it, you're gonna make at retail, you're gonna sell it for around $2,500 cash. So you make the difference between 1,200 and what you sold it for. No, I think it's more. I think it's like $2,700. So you're gonna make around $1,500 cash. We do a lot of in-homes, and I believe Miss Brooke told you about the scanner that we have, the wellness scanner that we have. So we have a promotion. Whoever buys this platinum package from now till the end of the month, you actually can get the scanner at 50% discount, $150 for a scanner that is going to allow you to, I don't know if I should call it scanner or I should call it ATM portable machine. Okay, what do you guys think I should call it? For those of you that we have the scanner, what should I call it? For those of you here in the chat that have a scanner, should we just call it scanner? Mini ATM. Okay, I like that. ATM ATM machine. We have some on the way. We have some on the way. So I know some of you have been waiting. It was sold out like on a massive scale. And then we had some delays with our manufacturer. However, because it's a product that we cannot control, however, we took steps to always have this product available. So you take advantage when we have it. But if you were to buy a platinum, you have the ability to buy it at 50% discount, and it's going to come on a first come first serve basis on that. But it's a mini ATM machine, because you can have what we call a scanner party. You can scan your family in your house. It will give them a wellness assessment, and it's going to recommend some products at the end that they should take based on what the ingredients have and what the ingredients can help your body do. Because again, our products don't heal anybody. Okay, is the nutrients. The nutrients, when you take the right nutrients, your body heals itself. So we can suggest some ingredients that can give you some of those nutrients, and then your body does the work, right? So with this package, you have inventory, you do a scanner party, and your I wish I can have that bling bling that cash registered noise in the back, but maybe you heard it in your brain, even though I didn't show it. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. So this is we also have founders available still, where the last package is available for this, which is when you buy a platinum package, you get to share 1% of the commissionable volume that gets sold in a year. It gets shared. It gets put into a pool, right? So let's say that we sell X amount of commissionable volume, right, per month. We add it up in the year and we put it into a pool, and you can participate in that pool, whoever buys this platinum package, and also whoever qualifies for the rank of silver and above, right? So let's say on January, you bought the package only once, and then you qualify for silver in that month. Then you get your pool share. You get your little piece of the share for that month, and you can continue to do that. Now, keep in mind, this is not a guarantee. This is not an investment. This is nothing like that. It's just the profit sharing that we have for silvers and above. But I can tell you, last year, for people who activated their founders bonus, I believe they got, I think it was around $250 that they earned on that pool. Now, you may not think, oh, $250. You gotta know that they sold the product already. They made money on that already. They got benefits and like the influencer bonus that you can do with lesser points sold, and you activate the influencer bonus. So they made more money throughout the year, and also they got an additional $250 because they got part of that profit share, right, of that CV share pool that we have. So that's talking about current sales for last year. So we right now have doubled in the US. We have doubled our sales and our commissionable volume with that. So I believe the bonuses are only going to continue to go higher. But when this is closed and nobody can participate anymore, I believe, and if we continue to grow, then I believe this can get to be a great thing, or great income source for all those of you that qualify for silver and above. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. We have some other packages that you can choose from. You can talk to whoever invited you into the Zoom call, and you can ask them information of what they contain in the packages. And if you feel more comfortable in some of these, they don't have a founder bonus in this one. You cannot get the influencer bonus discounted volume to activate it with these, but you do get a certain amount of products that if you sell it, you can make certain amount of percentages with that. Go to the next one, Ms. Brooke, please. And that's so that's a wrap. That's what we are. That's who we are. We have a great compensation plan. I challenge anybody to find a breakage in my compensation plan. I would challenge anybody. We can sit down in a Zoom call and we can compare everything: pricing, quality in the products, what we pay in the compensation plan, because anybody can say my compensation plan is great. Yes, but the product is like overpriced in the market. It doesn't, we're not competing in the same game. So whenever you have products affordable, a great compensation plan, and then and everything else that we have that we align for, the quality and the products and all that, then the magic happens. And I challenge anybody that we can sit down and without emotions, we can discuss this anytime. But I want to thank you all for being here. I want to tell you, go back to the person that invited you into the Zoom and just ask them information. At the end of the day, what is most important for us is for you to be a product of the product. You want to be confident about who we are and what we share, then I recommend you try the product on yourself. And once you try the product on yourself, then you share it naturally because you know it's good. And everybody that invited you into the Zoom, you know, if you're a guest, just have in mind that you were invited by somebody who's already tried the products, and that's why they invited you. So thank you very much, Ms. Brooke. Not sure you want to add something else, but on my end, thank you all for being here on the Zoom call, and we'll see you at the next one. Ms. Brooke? No, we got no Ms. Brooke. Okay. Oh, Mr. David. Okay.
Thank you very much, guys. And Alex, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for that amazing explanation of the compensation plan, the creator of the comp plan, talking about the compensation plan. So thank you very much. I love every single one of you guys. And let's go out there and make the world a healthier place. Bye-bye.